Molly, I'm going to the supermarket for a bit. I'm just dropping by to buy some fruit and a couple of cartons of ice cream. Is that all right with you? You don't need anything else.
That's all right. I don't need anything else. Janet, could you do me a favor? Sorry to bother you when you're busy running errands.
It's totally fine. Ask me anything you want. I know this last month has been tough on you. The baby is coming soon, after all. We're even living together, so feel free to talk to me about anything. It's good to rely on family during difficult times.
But you already do most of the housework for me. I'm really sorry.
Seriously, it's okay. It's gotten hard for you to move around, so you don't need to worry about doing any chores. Don't push yourself. Just focus on taking care of yourself and the child. That's what all of us want.
I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much. I'm worried because I'm already past my due date. It's hard not knowing when the baby is coming. Am I doing something wrong? Is it because I've just been lazing around and not doing anything?
I don't think so. Remember, it's only been about 2 days since then. It's normal for mothers to miss their due date. It's not a guarantee that the baby will be born on that day, you know? Didn't the doctor also tell you to rest at home?
Yeah, you're right. He did tell me that before. But I still don't feel like the baby is coming at all.
That's just what it feels like at first. Try not to worry about it so much. Just do whatever you would normally do.
Oh, Janet, I was able to fold the laundry today.
Even though I just told you don't need to do any chores. Jeez, it's okay for you to just take it easy.
I still want to do whatever I can to help while I'm at home. I'm sure once I've given birth, it'll be even more of a hassle. There's going to be a lot to do with the baby to take care of.
It won't be a hassle. Please don't say that. I'm just blessed to have a grandchild in the first place.
To be honest, my own parents are divorced. Their relationship is a mess, and they fight whenever they see each other. I don't have a good relationship with either of them, so I'm really glad I have the chance to live together with you. If I was on my own, I don't think I would be as ready to have this child as I am now. I wouldn't be prepared for it without your help.
It's no trouble. I was thinking the same. Thank you for entering our lives. I think Brad is very lucky to have a wife like you. It makes me happy to be one big family. Like you always notice right away whenever I change something in my cooking, like the seasoning I use. Brad never says anything to me. He just eats whatever I make without commenting.
He's the type of person who will just think anything is delicious, huh? At least he never complains about anything that's put in front of him. He may not be that observant when it comes to your cooking, but I think he pays more attention to other things.
You think so? What kind of things are you talking about?
Like the men in this neighborhood don't do any of the housework. They leave it up to their wives. I hear a lot of complaints from other women about their husbands lazing around once they come back from work. But when it comes to Brad, I don't have a reason to complain. He's very diligent about doing chores whenever he's home.
If you're happy about how things are now, I am too, but just let me know if any problems come up. I want to support you as much as I can.
Thank you so much. I'll be sure to let you know. Hold on. Janet, are you busy right now?
I'm still at the supermarket. What's wrong?
I think my water broke.
Oh my god, it's finally happening. Wait, just stay. I'll come back home right now. In the meantime, go ahead and call a taxi.
I'll do that. Thanks a lot.
It'll take around 10 minutes for me to return, but if the taxi arrives before I do, then just go and ride to the hospital, okay? Don't wait up for me. I'll follow after you, and so we can meet up at the hospital. Molly, are you there? Where are you right now? I heard from Brad that you left the hospital, but I'm having a hard time believing that's actually true. Still, no one knows where you are, So he's been running around trying to look for you. Why did you leave? Did something happen to you? Please answer me.
Yes, I'm here. Janet, thank you very much for everything you've done up until now.
Molly, you're confusing me. We're trying to find out where you are. Why are you saying that as if it's a goodbye?
Because I am saying goodbye to you. I won't be coming back home from now on. I made the decision to leave on my own. I will raise this child on my own somewhere else. So please don't bother looking for me. I haven't spoken to Brad about this. So can you tell him that I'm not coming back?
Wait a minute. I don't understand. What on earth are you talking about? How could you come to that kind of conclusion? And what kind of nonsense is this? Suddenly deciding to run away with your kid?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm serious about this.
No, that doesn't make any sense. You know that raising a child independently is way easier said than done. If you're really not coming home, then where do you plan to raise the kid?
I can't tell you.
What? Why not?
If I tell you where I'm going, you'll try to find me, won't you? I don't want that.
Well, obviously I'm worried about my grandchild. And I care about your well-being, too. But most of all, I'm thinking about how my son is being affected by all of this. Brad has no idea where his child went, and it's horrible to see him so stressed out. Can't I convince you to try talking to him directly? Even if it's only for one meeting. Please, it's not too late. You can talk things out with each other and work together to come to a solution.
No, that's not going to help. I've already made up my mind.
Are you planning to divorce him? Or do you just want to be away for a little while?
Yes, I want a divorce. The divorce papers are in my drawer in the bedroom. The one I stayed in at your house. I've already signed them, so I want you to tell Brad to do the same and submit them on our behalf. Could you do that for me?
Molly, what's really going on with you? You still haven't explained the truth behind why you want to leave Brad. If he did something wrong, I'm sorry. I really am. But please, tell me why this is happening. Why are you doing this? My son doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know whether he did something to upset you and run off with the baby. There's no way he'll be able to go through with a divorce without talking to you.
But I want to get divorced.
Yeah, so you have to give a reason why you want to. You haven't been married for long, but if you get a divorce now, you still have to figure out how to divide your assets. There are a lot of procedures to go through if you want to be recognized as officially divorced by the government. If you can't explain why you want to go through with the divorce, then it's impossible.
I'll leave that up to you both. I don't care, just make something up.
What do you mean you're leaving it up to us? You're the one who wants to get divorced. You don't intend on talking to Brad at all. That's your plan. Raising a baby by yourself is nothing to sneeze at. It's a massive responsibility. How are you going to ensure the child has a good life?
It's fine. I found a place for us, so you don't have to concern yourself over us. I'll raise my kid properly without your help.
Molly, what the hell? What kind of game are you playing now? Just when I thought you came back to us, you come in and leave your child alone at my house. Really? Why would you do something so irresponsible?
I don't need that kid in my life anymore, so I left it in your hands. You go raise it instead of me.
Excuse me.
It's a good thing I haven't submitted the baby's birth certificate yet. You can name it whatever you want to.
But you said you would raise the child properly.
I was planning to do that before, but the circumstances have changed.
What circumstances?
I'm going to get married to someone else. I started going out with the boyfriend I had before I was with Brad. That's why I wanted to put an end to our relationship.
And I'm just hearing about this now.
I have some money in an envelope for you to use in the bag I left behind at your place. Consider the money as compensation for having to raise the baby. It's a huge hassle, but I was told I can't get divorced from Brad unless I hand over the money. My fiancé is rich, so I'm sure the amount is enough to make up for leaving the child with you.
You must be joking. Again with this carelessness. Why did you get married to my son in the first place if you were just going to turn around and do this to us?
When I got married to Brad, I really was in love with him. But I couldn't forget the man I was with before him. You know how they say once you have something good, there's no replacing it, right? I thought I would make a good housewife, but I guess that kind of domestic life just isn't for me after all.
Then why did you take the baby with you when you left the hospital?
I went through a lot to have this baby to begin with, so I was hesitant to give it up. I thought that maybe I should try to be a mom, even though I got divorced from the baby's dad. I even brought my fiancé's kid along with me, but I was immediately caught red-handed. His family was worried about me having 2 children to take care of, so I was told to give Brad's baby back if I wasn't serious about raising it.
What are you saying? I can't believe you.
It doesn't matter. What's done is done. I gave your grandchild back to you and all. Now you can help raise it, just like you wanted while I was still pregnant.
Stop acting like you're doing us a favor. This is absolutely crazy. What am I supposed to say to Brad when he comes home?
I'm not seeing him anymore, so that isn't my problem. I came to realize that my partner now truly is the one for me. So my priority is him, in the end.
So what? Once again, you're not going to talk with him.
I mean, I contacted him earlier to tell him that I returned his child. After that, I made it clear to him that I haven't changed my mind about getting a divorce.
Is that so? To think I actually thought of you as my own daughter.
I liked having you as my mom, too. I have nothing but good memories with you. Because no matter what I did, you were so nice, and I could take it easy around you. But even then, I don't want to spend the rest of my life in an old and cramped little house. You get that, right? You only took care of me because I was pregnant. But now that I'm back together with my boyfriend, I don't need you to look after me anymore. Do I look like I'm cut out for a life where I'm broke and struggling with a kid?
I see. So that's how you really felt about living with us. Congratulations! You've made a complete fool out of me.
Don't take it personally. It's just that living together with you guys would have been a pain to deal with. You should be glad I was willing to play the role of a good housewife for a bit.
You've said enough. I get it already. Brad and I will raise this child in your place. I'm positive he'll feel the same as I do. He'll be a good father to the child you abandoned.
I thought as much. The only response he had when I told him was, okay. Well, even if he begged me to come back and raise the kid, I would have refused.
I was thinking the same. I'll file the divorce papers, just as you ask. Never show your face around here again.
You don't have to tell me twice. I live in a penthouse suite with my fiancé, so there's no way you can expect me to go back to your place, don't you think? I'll give up custody of the kid. I can't be the loving wife you thought of me as with Brad. Eventually, I'll have another baby with my man. Until then, we'll keep on living the good life. Best of luck to you two. Hello, Janet. It's Molly again. Are you there?
What do you want? Do you have some kind of business with me?
I do. I would like to meet my daughter, if you'll let me.
You want to meet her? After you said you didn't need her in your life.
Yes, that's correct. I've changed my mind. I want to see her. After thinking about it for a long time, I started to miss my baby. I really feel like I want to have a part in raising her. It's funny how that worked out. I didn't feel like I was ready for motherhood, and yet...
I understand. Carol is sleeping right now. So if you want to meet her, you'll have to do it outside, if you please.
Oh, you named her Carol. That's a cute name. I like it a lot. Is it okay if you show me her face? Just for a bit. I'm near your house as we speak.
Did you forget your promise that you wouldn't show your face around here anymore? Either way, Brad has custody of Carol, not you. You should have contacted him about seeing her instead of me.
That's because he won't forgive me for leaving. He just can't let it go.
If Brad isn't allowing you to see her, I won't either. That's his child. Do you have a screw loose in your head or something?
I'm asking because you were so nice to me before. Besides, we're both women here. You listened and understood how I felt.
I don't know what us both being women has to do with this. You threw away your baby like she was garbage because you wanted to be with your previous lover. After all that big talk about not needing it. Your precious child. I don't want to imagine how someone could be so wishy-washy about their own flesh and blood. Our gender is the only thing I could have in common with someone like you.
I've been doing some soul-searching lately. I kept thinking about how happy I was when I was living with you and Brad, Janet. It made me realize that there are some things in this world that money can't buy. I finally understand that all of the money in the world could never replace the wonderful life I had with you both.
Good for you. You figured that out at last. But you must know it's already too late for that. You divorced my son.
I know that. I understand how horrible that was of me. But I have so many regrets over how stupid I've been. Won't you give me one more chance? Please, I'm begging on my knees here. I want to go back to your house. If I can just live an honest life and be a family with you again, that would be enough. Even though I was satisfied with how things were, now I'm just thinking what a complete idiot I was to let it slip through my fingers.
Wow, I'm impressed. Really? Maybe you should look into becoming a professional actress. You've got the skills for it.
What? I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Your beloved fiancé left you, and now you're contacting me and showing up in our neighborhood because you have nowhere else to go. Hilarious. No matter what sob story you try to feed me, I know that's the real reason you're running back to us. Not because you genuinely miss me, Brad, and your daughter. Your lover understood more than anyone the kind of person you really are, didn't he?
I haven't said anything but the truth so far. What are you even getting at here?
You can't lie to me. I know he broke up with you. Your ex, Daryl, told me all about it.
Why do you know his name? Why do you sound like you know each other? Did you meet up behind my back?
When you left Carol at my house, you left us a substantial amount of money for child support. You mentioned that yourself the last time we talked. Inside the bag the money was in was a note with Daryl's contact information. The letter said that you visited some man claiming that it was your child, asking for money for child support when you were sure it wasn't your child at all. In reality, you never gave up when it came to Daryl, even though he had no intention of going out with you. But you always bothered him about various problems anyway.
Are you joking? That sounds like something you made up.
He didn't know what would happen with a stranger's baby left in your care. It seems like he wanted to try talking to you for the sake of Carol's safety. Though first, he came here to get more information about the baby. So, Brad and I had a long chat with him. We explained everything to him, from how you were married to Brad to how you decided on your own to run away before abandoning Carol. Then he said he'd kick you out of his place after the divorce and custody issues were sorted out. He really is a stand-up guy. I get why you're so infatuated with him.
What the hell? So you were tricking me from the very start?
Weren't you the one trying to pull one over me? Pretending you had a change of heart just so you could take advantage of us again. Even before, when you were dating Brad, and after you got married to him, you told me all sorts of lies while you were still pursuing Daryl. No matter how many times you were rejected, you never gave up. Face it, you never expressed any interest in seeing Carol after your pregnancy, and you never had any intention of returning after you left. But you used your child as an excuse to go see him again. That's just insane.
So what? You can't blame me for wanting to be with such a fine man, can you?
If you were so devoted to him, then why, oh why, did you marry Brad?
I already told you. I didn't mind being in a relationship with him at that time. But in the end, I couldn't forget about my feelings for Daryl. All I wanted was to find love and be happy. just like anyone else would. I was so tired of living only to chase after his shadow.
That's your business. Leave my son and my grandchild out of your selfish love pursuits.
But I finally gave up on him. He told me that he doesn't care anymore what happens to me. Said he would call the police on me if I didn't leave him alone. I never had anyone say something so cruel to me in my whole life.
Even the man you love most has grown sick of you. You should be grateful he put up with you so much until now. I can only imagine how much trouble you've caused him these past few years. This entire time you've coerced him with your lies just so he would give you the time of day. Haven't you?
Well, what was I supposed to do? If I said I wanted to go see him and he refused, then what?
God, every day I am thankful that you broke up with Brad.
That aside, I'm still Carol's parent. My original request hasn't changed. I think I have a right to see her if I want to.
I can't exactly argue with that. But Carol's still a newborn, so you can't see her anytime soon. We'll decide on a visitation date, and you will wait until then.
Jesus, I just want to meet my child as soon as I can. Is that too much to ask?
Calm down. I'm not saying you won't ever get to meet her. If you want a chance to, you'll have to do it on mine and Brad's terms. So just to be sure, you absolutely swear to take responsibility for being Carol's mother from here on. Right?
I swear it. I'll make up for my mistakes if you'll allow me to. That's why I want to see her with my own eyes.
Then we have to have a talk about child support.
What did you say? Child support?
Naturally. You need to contribute to properly raising your daughter. Since you don't live with us, it's a given that you'll have to pay child support.
Isn't child support something a man with a regular job should pay for?
Oh, for the love of God. Men and women both pay for child support. That's not new. If the father has custody of the child, then the mother is obligated to help pay for the child's upbringing.
How am I supposed to give you money I don't have? I don't have a job!
Then I guess you'll have to find one, won't you? Well, you'll be fine. I'm certain you won't have to part with that much money. The amount will change depending on your annual income, I think.
Are you serious? If you want me to contribute, I suppose I'll have to give you my labor. I could take care of Carol while I live with you. What do you think about that?
No, that's not necessary. For that to be possible, I would have to let you in my house, and there's no way that's happening. You said it yourself. You're not coming back to this household. We both agreed wholeheartedly on that.
I guess I did say that and all. But the circumstances have changed. I'm not staying with Daryl anymore. I know I'm ready to be a good mother to Carol, so I can do it.
Your circumstances are not my business.
Janet, please listen to me. Let me go back into your home. I want to go back. Please. I really have nowhere else to turn. With Daryl out of the picture, I don't have anyone to rely on.
I'm not your mother, so I don't know what to tell you. No one's looking for you anymore, so go off and find somewhere else to go. Do whatever you want as long as you stay far away from us. Because this household isn't yours to return to. After that, my son contacted Molly with a text message about a visitation date for her daughter, but he never received a reply. The amount of money Molly was supposed to pay for child support was planned to be from $70 to $150 per month. It seemed like she couldn't even pay that much. As far as we know, she never bothered to get a job to raise the money. Once again, having nowhere else to go, Molly made another visit to Daryl's place without hesitation. From there, the police finally got involved. According to Daryl, her life has been completely miserable since then, spending her days couch surfing in different places. The last we heard, she went out to the countryside. I doubt we'll ever hear from her again. Molly claimed that she wasn't fit for a normal life. She looked down on us because we didn't have a lot of money. Though I'm not normally the type of person to get pleasure from other people's misfortune, when I think about the kind of life she's living now, I can't help but laugh. Even though Brad and I didn't get any money for child support, we're content with things as they are. It's extremely unusual for a father to have full custody of a newborn child unless there's a good reason for it. Though it was sprung on us by Molly, the fact that this child came home by herself was the best thing that could have happened to us. If a parent and child are connected through child support, their relationship could persist. Molly didn't seem interested in doing that, though. They went through a lot, but in the end, I'm beyond glad that my son and my granddaughter were able to stay together. Whenever I see my granddaughter, growing and learning new things with each day, I feel truly happy. Molly, who put her selfish wants over her own husband and child, will never be able to experience this kind of irreplaceable joy for the rest of her life. I'll make up for Carol's absent mother by supporting my son, who juggles his work responsibilities with raising his daughter every day. We'll work together to give her a good life.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.